Hey guys, Kurt here with NK Garage and welcome back to another tool haul. So today we have a small tool haul from the flea market, which is going to be over here. Then we got a couple things I picked up recently, and then we got the dump diamonds. So got three different segments going on today. So let's jump into the flea market tools and see what I picked up. Now first up, what we got here is we have a Craftsman branded pry bar. And this has got the M stamp, so it's made by Vaughan. And it's this 6591. Now, this looks just like Vaughan's Super Bar. And that's because Vaughan made this one for Craftsman, just like their own. And there you go. So the Vaughan Super Bars are great to have. We actually have two here in the shop, over here. But I wanted the Craftsman one, just because I'm a Craftsman guy. And I'll be bringing that one home, putting it in my tool collection. Alright, so next up we have this Crescent Bridgeport, and this is a nail puller slide hammer tool. So you just engage your fastener here, and then you use it like a normal slide hammer. I've had a couple of these before, but I really like this one. It's in great shape. It's got the Crescent name on it, and I think I'm going to keep it. It's the number 64 REX USA. Next up, another one of my frequent favorites are these Craftsman blade cutters. So this one is the Craftsman Professional Series, the Auto Cut. AccuCut. And I like this one because it has the blade storage in the handle. So when you need an extra blade, they're conveniently located in here. We got one brand new blade with it. So that's good, because the one that's in here is kind of beat up a little bit. But if you don't have one of these style tools, you don't have to have a Craftsman one, just whatever one you can get. These things are really awesome. They do really well for cutting tubes and hoses and stuff like that, but use it for whatever you like. Next up, we have the number 3001 Chicago Specialty Manufacturing Company. It's a 3-in-1 spanner wrench. I looked them up online. People are calling them spud wrenches. But you got one size here, second size, and third size. And then on the back, I guess they are called a spud wrench. It says malleable iron. Now, next up, we have some Stanley 100 Plus stuff. Obviously, I'm a big collector. I've had one of these Stanley 100 Plus tack pullers before. It's the number 10T. But the one that I got last time came broken. And it's not very good at pulling tacks anymore. I kept it around because I kind of wanted to turn it into something, maybe like a little pry bar or something like that. But we've been using it as a doorstop. So now we actually have one that'll pull tacks, so that's nice. And then a couple weeks ago, I got a lot of new Stanley 100 Plus new old stock. I saw the guy there again, and he had some more. But the only one he had that I hadn't picked up last time was the Phillips number 3, so I grabbed that one. Next up, we got some pliers. I will always buy vice grips that are made in the USA if they are a good deal. This happened to be $1, so I picked that up. It's a little size, probably like the 7-inch. Then we got two pairs of diamond pliers, which I struggle to find a lot, especially the ones with the green handles. So both of these are going in my diamond collection because I don't have either of these. But we have the H18 slip joint and the K16 slip joint. Next up, something I don't see too often. I'm not sure if it's going to come up because of the rust here, but it's an Eastco pair of pliers. Little needle nose, blue grips. And then this one here is a Proto Challenger, little needle nose. This was actually the first tool I picked up for the day. It is a Mossberg, so it's known as the Sterling number 1. It's got the diamond M there, and it's the Frank Mossberg Company, and it's got a patent date of 1900. Nice little auto wrench, and it works. It's a little bit bent. Not sure if you'll see that, but there's a little bit of a bend in it, but that could be fixed pretty easily. Then I picked up a couple of wrenches on the $1, $2 tables. We got the Craftsman 3/4 inch 6-point, Armstrong double box, Eastco double box, Craftsman 1/2 inch Soltis wrench, the old Flying V1. And then this one on the bottom caught my interest. It's a Black Hawk 1/2 inch by 7/16, model number 2016. And when I looked it up, people are saying it's a speed wrench, but I tried it out and it doesn't really work that well. It's just kind of like a regular wrench with a little extra slop. So if somebody knows if that's a specialty fastener wrench, let me know, or if it is just a speeder wrench, have you gotten it to work? I haven't seen that style before, and I just thought it was interesting. Last up for the flea market haul, I got both of these sets of Sears Craftsman Allen keys. This one is the metric. This is the long and short arm package, so it's a 14-piece set. And then this one's an old Crown logo SAE set. It's an 11-piece. I just like picking these up. I have a whole bin full of Craftsman Allen keys that I've picked up. I just kind of keep them to fill these sets out. So I like kind of filling them out, cleaning them up. It's just fun. So next segment, we got two things I kind of picked up recently. This is actually, I found this in my father's basement, and I asked him about it, and he says that he's never really used it. It's a Vaco hex key set, and it's supposed to have the handle here, and these are all the interchangeable bits. So the handle part number is 90-1, and then these bits lock in. So I figured I'd clean it up, get all the rust off of them. All the bits are here, we just need to find the handle. So I'm going to clean this up and then get on the hunt for the handle, see if I can't get this back in action, because without the handle these are kind of hard to use. But it's cool. Then this I bought at a tag sale a couple weeks ago. I just saw a tag sale and stopped, and they didn't have any tools at all. But they did have this Avon spark plug decanter for their Avon Spicy Aftershave. It's in the original box, and since it's shop related, I kind of thought it was cool. You get a porcelain Champion spark plug looking thing. The aftershave would be in here. It's actually empty. You still can smell it, but I don't know. It was a couple bucks. I just felt like buying something that day, I guess. So I'm not really a collector of these. Magdad is, and I know he already has this one. But maybe Magdad needs the box or something. I don't know. We'll see what we'll do with it. And then the rest of this stuff, these are all the dump diamonds. So the dump diamonds is a segment we do every once in a while. My father likes to dive in the dumpster at our local transfer station, see what he can find in there that other people have thrown away. And this is some of the stuff that he's picked up in the last couple of weeks. So first up, we have a Bosch, and this is a laser level for indoor like carpentry, tile work, stuff like that. So it's a self-leveling unit, takes batteries, and all you got to do is just put it on a stand. You know, you can put the like a regular stand in here with that, with like a camera stand or something like that, tripod, or just put it on a surface, turn it on, and it will go to work and give you a perfect level line as well as a perfect plumb line. It's kind of bouncing here because Nick's kind of leaning on the table getting the shot, but what it'll do is every time it bounces or moves, it'll just focus in for a second and give you those lines, so you can use that as a guide to lay your tile, sheetrock, framing, whatever you need to do. They don't work outside in the sun, and if you're going to work indoors, having a lot of lighting might make it hard for you to see it, but I didn't even put batteries in it. It just came with good batteries, came with the case. It takes AA's, 2 AA batteries. So I don't have one of these. I have one for we use outside, like a laser level for landscape construction. Yeah, rotary laser, but I don't have one of these, so that was a great find right there. Next best find, in my opinion, is this 1 to 2 inch Mitutoyo caliper, and this is good up to 0.0001.
10,000.
Yep, that is 10 thousandths. So not only is it the finer instead of thousandths, it's 10 thousandths. It has the locking lever, which works, and it has the ratchet stop on the thimble here. So it's in pretty nice condition. I put a little bit of oil on it, but it actually works. And when you have a 1 to 2 inch or larger micrometer and you want to check the accuracy, you're going to need a 1 inch gauge block or 1 inch standard. and then you just slowly close it in until you get a couple of ratchet stops. But look at that. That is perfectly calibrated. This tool needs no adjustment at all, which you can do, but it's just ready to go. So I thought that was pretty crazy that somebody just threw that in the dumpster. So that's probably going to be a keeper for us. I like the mid-tutorial calipers. I love having the lever lock there, plus the ratchet thimble. It's just a really nice tool. Next item out of the dump, old wood handle screwdriver, but this is actually an old proto. Now the wood is pretty beat up. You could kind of see a little bit left of that original red ring they would have in there, and then it's supposed to have this kind of octagon shaped handle, but somebody like chewed it up or something. But the actual blade itself isn't too bad. It's got some paint and stuff on it. This here, the drawing a blank on the name, I know it, but I can't.
Ferrule.
The ferrule will clean up nice. The end can always be cleaned up, but the wood is kind of shot, so I don't know what I'll do with it just yet, but it would make a fun project. A couple of masonry bits came out of the dumpster. This one here is made in Germany. But yeah, we have a 5/8, a 1/2 inch, and another 1/2 inch, the shallow one. And it doesn't hurt to have a couple extra masonry drill bits around. And then the last up, a couple of hammers. So we actually, these three are Stanleys. This one's probably in the best shape, the Stanley Handyman with the wood handle. This one's probably second for condition. Could be cleaned up. The handle on this guy over here is pretty rough. Kind of chipping off there. And then this one on the end is a fuller, and that handle is kind of just falling apart. But at the end of the day, all four of these hammers could be used in a pinch, knock around beater hammers. Could be used as is. They're all good claw hammers if you just need to use something. So not sure what I'll do with those yet either, but somebody just threw all those out, so we had to have them. So that is the end of the tool haul for today, guys. Flea market picks totaled to $79, I think. I paid $20 for the slide hammer. I think the pry bar was $5. The AccuCut was $5. Each of these pliers were $1. The Mossberg was $5. Each one of these wrenches, I think they were $2, $2, $2, 1 or 2, and $1, I think. I did end up paying $5 for the new old stock Stanley 100 Plus. I think after I bought them all last time, the guy thought maybe he was giving them away too cheap, so he kind of raised his price or something. But he gave me a good deal last time, so I didn't really mind paying that. And I don't remember what these were, maybe a couple bucks. And I think both of these Allen key sets were $10 together. So somehow that math should work out somehow if I did my math right. But yeah, that's it. Favorite tools, I think actually the Craftsman Super Bars, I'm pretty excited about that. Same thing with the AccuCut. I like the one with the blade storage. Diamond pliers are pretty awesome. And the best dump diamond find for me, I'm split between the laser level and the caliper, but you guys gotta let me know what you think. And if anybody has, I think Nick likes the laser level. If anybody has a spare 90-1 Vaco handle, I would be interested. Maybe we could work something out. If not, I'll just keep my eye out at the flea market, and I'll come across one in maybe a couple months, maybe a year, maybe a couple years, whatever. It'll just be a little extra something to hunt down, have some fun with, kind of trying to find something. So thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you guys next time with another.